Hi, I'm Jimmy, and I don't know about you, but when I think of the early days of Epcot, I can't help but also think about when I was young and had the Disney Channel, because the launch of the Disney Channel and Epcot kind of coincided. So a lot of this material, when I watch it, I feel like I'm watching late night Disney Channel material, especially this. Oh my God, when I was a kid and I saw this shot of Mickey on top of the Spaceship Earth ball, like this always freaked me out because I look at that and I'm like, I don't see a trap door. Did they lower him down? I was. It's not like I was worried for Mickey. Like I know that's a man in a mascot costume, but it's a legitimately impressive stunt. Like look at this pullback. Like that's a man standing in a Mickey Mouse costume on top of that ball. It's just real impressive. It still impresses me to this day. So why are we here again for the uninitiated? Once again, we're taking a look at my family's videos that my mom took from our 1990 trip to Walt Disney World. We've watched MGM. We saw the Universal footage, which was separate, but also at the same time. So now we're taking a look at Epcot.
Yeah, it does. Like cotton candy suspended in air.
So there, my mom and I are talking about the viscosity of the clouds compared to cotton candy. That's nice? You watch these old videos and you're like, it's fun to see like things that you don't see at the parks anymore. But and it's fun to mock the fashions. I guarantee my mom has a fanny pack on here, and I'm wearing a pink hat and a long shirt that looks like I'm wearing a dress. But it's just these little bits of like, Americana, kind of a Griswold way, are really nice to see. Here we are at Epcot, the old Epcot logo. And I know there's a lot of Epcot nerds that are watching this video and are just like, wish this guy would stop talking so we can enjoy most of these defunct rides that are no longer here. Here's the thing about Epcot rides. They're all kind of the same. Like, I know that's the universe of Energy, which later became Ellen DeGeneres' Energy Adventure. And like these wonderful shots of phony dinosaurs, you just have Ellen wisecracking in the background. 90s Disney just did a bunch of crazy things. Maybe that was in the aughts where they did that. I have no idea why. But even more fascinating, this ride isn't here anymore. Which is weird, like, when I think of Disney at this time, and those shots of the fake dinosaurs were so iconic on the Disney Channel or whatever. You remember those so well. So I just said to that dinosaur, that animatronic dinosaur, hey dude, maybe we can do lunch sometime. Like, I'm doing like vaudeville shtick. It's amazing. I guess we're still in Universe of Energy. It's hard to tell because one of my things about Disney, and what is this? This might be Horizons. Is this Horizons? Disney nerds out there are watching this and they're like, how can you not know what ride this is? But most of the Epcot rides, they're kind of similar in a way. Like they're like this. They all seem like the like going through time and like different innovations, and have like a World's Fair kind of feel to it, which was the original idea behind Epcot. I think is that ride that the guys got off on that YouTube ride or the YouTube video, the Horizons. I think this is where Hoot and Chief are hanging around there somewhere. Isn't it weird? Those of you who don't know what that video is, you have no idea what I'm talking about. And that might not even be Horizons, because these rides all kind of run together. Because there's no pirates. Like, you see a pirate and you're like, I know what ride that is. Or see a ghost and you know what ride that is. But these, I just don't know. Like, they were great. I love the Epcot rides at that time. But they all just kind of run together. And I don't know if this is... Are we in Spaceship Earth? There is Spaceship Earth. I guess we're on some kind of people mover there. Okay. Someone tell me what that is. Epcot nerds, tell me what that ride was with the horses, because I really don't know. Here we are at the Living Seas. I don't think... Now, those look like real animals. But I don't know if they have real animals anymore. I think they're all animatronics. And it has like a Nemo way about it. So I don't know if there's still real animals in this. went to Disney 2 years ago, and I didn't get to go to Epcot. We're actually waiting till next year because Mom wants to go while she still can, because none of us are getting any younger. So we're going to go to Epcot next year, and I'm curious to see all the changes because I know Epcot is a constantly changing beast because that's what Walt wanted. Aren't those rays weird when you see them from underneath? Like they have a nose. It just looks very, very bizarre. Like they're not real. Like they may in fact be animatronic and not a real creature of some kind. Very strange. Where is this guy now? Do you think he's still working at Epcot? Is he still under the Disney banner? Hard to say. Again, this is the summer of 19... Again, that Ray really... He's really after what he's got there. He's giving him some pellets, whatever these creatures eat. Oh, look at him. He's like, no, no, no. No, no, no. Go lay down. Bless you, Jimmy. Here we are outside, walking around at Epcot. Look, I've got some wristbands on.
Backpack number 1, backpack number 2.
Mom making jokes. Here we are. I know this one. This is Journey into Imagination with Figment. This ride has changed over the years. Disney nerds are yelling at me now. Like, don't talk! I want to see this! Because most of this stuff is not there anymore. Or it's changed. Or Eric Idle does a voiceover or something. So this is very different. And again, I have to say, like, I thought this stuff was neat, but I don't remember a whole lot about being on these Epcot rides. I remember the dinosaurs in the Universe of Energy. I will remember another ride coming up we'll talk about, and I remember that one so well. We'll talk about that. And of course I remember Captain EO, which is coming up as well. But I did like Figment, and I liked the Dreamfinder guy that would carry him around. And of course I remember him walking around the park with the puppet, which I really thought was cool. And that also has a very Disney Channel feel to it. You see that a lot on the Disney Channel. That Figment puppet. Nice to see he's making a comeback in merchandise. I always like the design of the Figment puppet. Some people listening to this have no idea what I'm talking about because you're talking about Epcot stuff like Figment and the Dreamfinder. People just like, what? They tend to gloss over. Because most people don't know this stuff. They know Haunted Mansion. They know Jungle Cruise. They know It's a Small World. They don't know Journey into Imagination. Or what's in the giant ball. Some people probably don't even know you can go in that giant ball until they go to Epcot. Oh, that's neat. You can see Figment there sitting in a little mirror. It has a very labyrinth feel to it there. Captain EO was a big deal to me. It still is a big deal to me. I wish there was an actual release of it. This is my mom. We were told not to record, so my mom recorded, and we got that giant camera. So my mom is wedging it next to her and putting a pair of 3D glasses over the lens so she can film Captain EO. And you know what's weird? Not just that that's Anjelica Huston, because of course I didn't know that at the time. No, it's still unbelievable to me. I mean, you actually see her at the end when she looks like Anjelica Huston, but I used to actually watch this version of it. This isn't the whole thing. I cut it down a little bit, but I would actually watch this because back in the day there was no other way to, after you experience this, there was no way you'd ever see it again unless you go back to the park. Now you can go to YouTube and find copies of this my mom did a zoom on Michael. Never do that, Mom. I think most people are aware that this was a collaboration between George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola. to create one of the most expensive theme park attractions ever made. This wonderful 4D, I think is what it was, experience at Epcot, bringing in the music of Michael Jackson and the interplanetary wizardry of George Lucas. How could it go wrong? Well, in my eyes, it didn't go wrong. I think this is a lot of fun. I wish it would have gone further. Like, I wish they made a whole feature out of Captain EO. That's how big of a fan I am. I think this stuff's real awesome. It's a shame that people going forward will have no way of seeing this. Disney, put this on Disney Plus. That's it. It's a good idea. Captain EO on Disney Plus. Let's make that happen. So I think this is right outside of where Captain EO was. Everybody remembers this. This is another one of those things you'd always see. You know what you'd see this from? You'd always see this in old America's Funniest Home Video clips. There'd always be a clip of some kid or some dad standing there where that water squirts up, and it would always come up and like hit him like right in the nuts or something. Like, that's a thing you would see on there a lot. I'm sorry, Disney people, I just said nuts on this, and you're probably offended by that because I said that. And because we're in the part of Epcot where we get to walk around the world and all these different cultures. We're in Canada there, and this is a very popular part of the park, of course, because you get to drink and eat around the world, but you're still in Orlando, so very popular part of the park. And here's one of those rides where it's not a ride, but it's like you're soaring over things. Now they actually have a ride that's called Soarin', and it feels, they've sort of incorporated that technology of, like you're flying over something, but it actually feels like you're on a thing or something. So it has more of a feel. They also have something like that in the Avatar park, where you're like riding on top of like the Na'vi bat or dragon or whatever it is. So they've really incorporated that sort of 360 technology into a ride, as opposed to what that was, which is just like screens all around you. I guess we're in the United Kingdom there, because I see a little telly box over there. So I imagine that's what that was. Now they're going to put in the United Kingdom part, they're doing a Mary Poppins thing. So you're right there on Cherry Tree Lane. And you get to go up to Mary Poppins' house and maybe go in and meet her. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing they're doing, but that sounds like a cool thing. Lots of big changes coming to the Epcot Center parks. That was a brand new. What was that? The Dolphin, I think, is the name of the resort there that you see in the background. And I remember that was brand new and it was a big deal, from what I recall. There I am again. There's Dad. Look at my dad. Like, my dad never has joy on his face. He just sort of is there. Occasionally, I guess I don't know. Like, but as I become my dad's age, well, that's not true, because I am a 40-year-old man, and I guess my dad was probably roughly 40 at that time. It's weird to contrast that with what a 40-year-old man was then, and what a 40-year-old man is now. I'm sitting here, drinking Kool-Aid and watching these old clips and getting excited about my trip that I'll take next year to Epcot, and my dad's at Bingo. So totally different worlds we live in. Fanny pack. Take a shot when you see a fanny pack in any of these videos. You'll probably see there's another one there. He's wearing it to the side, but it still counts. It still counts. Epcot is beautiful. Probably one of the most beautiful of the parks. I'm sure the animal park is quite a feast to the eyes as well. But well, look at this. We're about to see a whole presentation here. This is nice. I hope they still do this stuff in the Disney parks. Look at my dad. He's nonplussed about everything. But I always hear that at Disney parks they're cutting back on these sort of like entertainment that happens. And I really hope they reconsider that, because it's really makes you, you feel like you're really witnessing something. So here we go. I think this was yep, this is the Maelstrom, I believe, which was my favorite ride. Already Disney fans are just like they're preparing for the punchline to how great this ride was. In the Norway Pavilion, you really felt like what you're going through there is like an oil refinery, or like you feel like you're on the ocean, and it really feels like you're there. It's such a strange place. I can close my eyes, and I feel like I can remember the smell that we all know, that the Disney water smell. I just remember that ride so well, Maelstrom, and now of course it's the Frozen ride. Oh my gosh! And of course I'll ride that next year, and I'll be grumbling the whole time about. But I need to let that go. But I will. I do. It's a bummer that rides like that can't stay around forever, because you have to change, you have to incorporate your new IPs and whatnot. But that was just a really cool ride. I don't know what this is. I don't know if we're inside an interior. I mean, we obviously are, but if this is a walkthrough, no, this looks like we're on another ride. We're in some kind of temple. Something going on there. I don't know.
Epcot.
I think we're coming to the end of our Epcot day, which of course, if you're at Epcot, you have to stay for the fireworks, because I remember that was really cool. They had like a laser light sort of show. Now they do a whole production. They're about to do like an Epcot a look back. What is it, 40 years? I'm not sure where we are, but Epcot's about to celebrate a big number. So they're about to unveil that show. So that's pretty cool. A lot going on, a lot to see at the Epcot Center. By the way, follow Epcot Center on Twitter. It's sort of like it's not the real Epcot Center, it's a parody account where basically the joke is nothing happens at Epcot Center, and it's just very boring. And it's, someone lost their hat. Whoever lost a red hat with ear laps, please contact. It's like stuff like that. It's like really boring. I just think it's a really funny Twitter account.
Germany.
Mom's giving us a tour of all the different lands. All the places to go. You can stand in that one place and see all the different countries. Mom's giving you the tour.
That's the United States behind that.
Thank you, Mom, for filming all this, so we can all look back and remember
Morocco.
Star Wars music.
France.
Oh.
United Kingdom.
Oh my God. My 10-year-old self and my 40-year-old self just heard the Star Wars music, and what's that guy doing? Was an active shooter? I don't know. That guy looked like he was up to something.
You gonna say something? Say it. Be careful when you have.
That's me wearing a Simpson shirt. And they got me a toy! Oh my God!
1,000 fireflies.
And thank you for watching. I love you, Epcot.